our Rural Infrastructure Authority is one of the governing bodies for some of our grant awards. And our chairman, Charles Brown, is here today. Charles and the authority do one thing and one thing well. They give resources to rural communities across the state to support the great work that you do and the great work that we do together. And we're going to celebrate that all this week, starting in just a second when the governor appears. But once again, I'm going to acknowledge Liz's directions and move on. So, certainly my pleasure to be able to say that Governor Stein is with us today. He is obviously committed to continuing the prosperity and growth all across our state, in every nook and cranny, investments that make a difference, and he's made that clear already. He also understands that sometimes we need to take a pause. Things happen that we don't expect. And we prioritize things that we know are super important. And you've seen that with his initiatives right out the gate with Grow and See and our new division of community revitalization at Commerce that's focused solely on Western recovery, resources, investments that make a difference there. The governor understands the fabric and fiber of this state and how those threads fit together to build stronger communities for all of us. He's a native North Carolina. Hails from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I went to visit Chapel Hill, so can I get something? So with that, it is my pleasure to welcome to the stage the governor of this great state of North Carolina, the Honorable Stein. That was not my job. That was my job. And I'm pleased. Welcome. This is the shortest speech I've ever given. And now I got to fill the time. Just spent my little time driving up and down Mooresville downtown, and I learned the street is named Main Street. Perfect example of what that investment in that town core can do to give a community spirit and to buck up the local economy. I want to thank all of you for keeping the engines of your towns running. It's an excellent economic development strategy, believing in and building your main streets. It was developed, as you all know, by the National Trust for Historic Preservation, managed by the National Main Street Center, which is a subsidiary of the National Trust. Our North Carolina program is housed in the Department of Commerce, our state's lead agency for economic development. The Main Street program practices economic development through the context of historic preservation. Our downtown districts are home to beautiful historic assets, and those assets, when revitalized, create an ecosystem where local businesses can thrive. By the way, I just wanted to stop at every single place and get something to eat or drink. I gained 15 pounds just driving down the road. The program was conceived and begun in 1980. Designated the North Carolina Main Street Communities have attracted $5.6 billion in public and private investments, creating more than 37,000 jobs in that period of time. Just a remarkable accomplishment. I want to thank the team, Main Street team at Commerce, for providing resources, training, and technical assistance to help downtowns as they strategize and work to become the best that they possibly can be. It's in no small part to you all, the small business owners, the committed volunteers, the employees of towns and local governments who have made the Main Street community so vital. And it's why North Carolina has seen real economic growth in the last few years. We are the third fastest growing state in the country after Texas. Of course, you can't just rest on your laurels. We've got to keep strengthening our economy, enabling businesses to thrive and workers to prosper. And we've got to not only grow the economy, but make sure that the benefits of that economy is more broadly distributed to every corner of the state of North Carolina. I am committed to partnering with you all to build a North Carolina workforce with the education and experience needed to drive economic growth and to ensure that North Carolinians across the state are able to build a career. We have a diverse and growing economy in North Carolina, so we need multiple strategies to maximize the development of our workforce, from local workforce boards to community colleges and universities, from our industry to our philanthropic partners. And we must remember that the foundation of North Carolina's workforce is our public educational system, starting in pre-kindergarten. Yesterday, I announced a task force on child care and early education in Durham. Simba the Lion is back there. I'm honored that Lieutenant Governor Rachel Munn and Senator Jim Bergen have agreed to co-chair the task force to prioritize this important issue. They will be joined by a group of providers, legislators, business leaders, parents, and industry experts. These leaders are coming together across the aisle and across geographies to examine how we can best expand the supply of accessible, affordable, high-quality child care and early education so that we can support our parents and our workers and our small businesses. For the past 2 years, North Carolina has been recognized as a top 3 state for workforce in the country. So we've seen success, but we can never rest on our laurels. It is a competitive world, and people want what we have here in North Carolina. As governor, I am committed to increasing economic opportunity for everybody, employers and employees alike, by increasing the number of skilled workers who are trained to thrive in high-demand careers. While I am governor, no state will outwork North Carolina in developing our workforce. Our goal is to set the national pace in growing the number of skilled workers in the state, including increasing the number of apprentices over the next 4 years by 100%. And by helping more than 350,000 North Carolinians secure industry value credentials. We must also continue our commitment to propel and seed and prioritize, that's a community college program, that prioritizes programs in high demand, high wage fields. I was just talking to President Jeff Cox on the way over here. To fully realize the potential of our workforce, it will take all of us to be clear on our goals and next steps. Alongside these efforts to develop our workforce, to invest in our local communities, we have to help the folks of Western North Carolina rebuild. Small businesses are the beating heart of the region of Western North Carolina. But many are struggling, including many Main Street small businesses where the towns just got wiped out. They need our help
to reopen their doors. The work to recover from Hurricane Helene is an all-hands-on-deck effort. Thousands of North Carolinians are coming together to help our neighbors out west, and the Main Street program is no exception. In fact, just came here from Statesville, from the all-agency warehouse, where it's a really remarkable partnership. Federal government, state government, the Adventists, so church groups, AmeriCorps, people all coming together to provide resources for folks in Western North Carolina. Truly inspired. Main Street program is offering recovery and rebuilding planning services to towns that have been impacted, and they're helping communities build their capacity to deal with the incredible issues that they face. If you are involved in those issues, any of you, please know how much I appreciate your work. My office is also taking steps to support small businesses in Western North Carolina. I'm proud of our state's partnership with the Dogwood Health Trust and the Duke Endowment to establish a $35 million small business grant program where eligible small businesses, those that were severely impacted either physically or economically from the storm, can apply for grants up to $50,000. Most of these programs end up coming as loan programs. These are businesses that often already have debt, and they have a mortgage on the building, and they have been destroyed. We cannot expect them to carry the burden of additional debt, but we also cannot allow them to fail. Grants to more than 1,100 small businesses totaling $26 million have been made, and we're doing another 155 grants this week. We have to scale this program. Scale this program, which is why I've called on the General Assembly to provide more funding for it. My administration is committed to supporting North Carolina small business owners survive this cold winter and spring, not so cold today, so that they can open their doors to the tourists of the sun. I'm encouraged by the action that the General Assembly has taken. It's not everything I've asked, but they are taking steps, including supporting funding a small town business infrastructure revitalization program. So it will help towns invest in sidewalk and curb and gutter and all of the things that need to happen to help those communities come back. But we have to do a lot more than just that to help our small businesses and support our tourism economy. Healthy communities have healthy Main Streets. Main Streets that create a sense of place and community and economic vitality and good jobs for the residents of that area. Through the work that you all are doing in your local downtowns, we are seeing new opportunities spring to life. I want to thank you for what you all do to make North Carolina a better place to live, work, and start a family. And I look forward to working with you all in the years to come, God willing, as we build a state that is safer, stronger, and more prosperous for everybody. Thank you all so much for having me.